So let's talk about the different transfer news coming from across Europe. So let's start off with Arsenal. The North London club is looking to sign an attacking midfielder who can play on the wings as well. Emil Smith Rowe is coming in the ranks at Arsenal, but he's inexperienced. The first name is Martin Odegaard. Arsenal are looking to sign him in the fee upward of 50 million, but Real Madrid are looking to hold on to him as a first team starter. But due to game time, he is looking on other moves and other scenarios as well. Second option on the list as a backup is James Maddison. For the past 2-3 seasons, he has been a star man in the creative role at Leicester City. Obviously, they have been in and around and have finished higher than Arsenal in the Premier League. If you were the manager at Arsenal and if you were the recruitment boss, who would you pick? James Maddison or Martin Odegaard?
I would go with Odegaard. The reason for that is obviously he's got experience with them already. Plus, at the age of 22, he's already captaining his national side in Norway. So a really good talent and a reliable talent, right? So even though he hasn't been tremendous with his goal contributions, I really see that there is a lot of potential in this. Real Madrid saw that and Arsenal sees it. So I would go with that. Why do you see Maddison is even being linked with them? Do you see both of these players at the same level?
I think when you look at Leicester City and their success in the past 2 seasons, obviously they have finished 5th in the consecutive seasons. Maddison has been a key part. His delivery from set pieces has been top notch. He can score free kicks as he pleases. His long range ability and to score spectacular goals is there as well. And what makes him a good all round player is that he has reached his potential and he's staying at a high level for the past 3 seasons. He was bought in from Norwich City for a fee of 20 million, and I've never seen Maddison fall off dramatically. He's a very good player, and with the Premier League experience, moving to Arsenal might not be a bad move. But I would go with Odegaard still because he has that touch of a world-class player, and maybe his game time at Arsenal can really, explode him on the scene of football. Like everybody was expecting him to start for Real Madrid when he was signed at the age of 16 years old. Arsenal should go for Odegaard, but if they get Maddison, they should not be disappointed. 2 brilliant players, but I would still give the edge to Odegaard. Let's talk about Italy. One of the legends of the football game, Gianluigi Buffon. Obviously, you have watched him for the last decade. He was let go of Juventus due to mutual decision. Obviously, he's above the age of 42 if I'm not wrong. He signed with Parma, a Serie B side. So how do you see this move?
I love it, specifically the way Parma announced it with the Superman video. If you haven't seen it, you should go online and watch it. It was something truly special. And even at the high age of 42, Buffon is a special player. You don't lose that. Even though you might end up losing your reflexes, you might end up losing the strength you once had, you might end up losing the speed you once had, but you don't lose that knowledge of the game. You don't lose the leadership skills that you possess. And he is a true leader at that. But Parma hasn't been welcoming. And when I say Parma, I mean the ultras at Parma haven't been welcoming for Buffon. If you see Twitter and you see the message being left behind for him, they're calling him a small and insignificant man because to them, they feel betrayed when he left Parma for Juventus, making him at that time the record signing in the goalkeeping position. So it's going to be interesting to watch him play for Parma and to see what he brings. Obviously, he's not going to be starting. I don't see that happening, but it's a nostalgic move, something which brings a bit of a name recognition to Parma, not even playing in Serie A at the point. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Now, all I can say is, Buffon, though you played for our arch rivals Juventus, you were a truly, truly special player. What a tremendous and absolutely filled with trophies that you had throughout your career, and it was a joy to watch you pull miraculous saves out of the blue and really make the goalkeeping position cool. It was him and Iker Casillas who were, to me, and alongside with Edwin Wendes-Hauer, I must say, who to me were the superstars in the goalkeeping position, even though you don't see many superstars in that position. So once in a generational talent, but yeah, let's see what happens with him.
So one nostalgic move to another nostalgic move. Manchester United signed Ashley Young in 2011 for a fee of 18 million from Aston Villa. He started out at Watford, went to Aston Villa, made his name there, and had a very good season where he scored a couple of free kicks and had a good goal contribution. All at the end of the season, United were impressed, Sir Alex were impressed, went there, was let go in the later part of the last decade, went to Inter Milan, won the league there. Now he's going back to Aston Villa. So a complete full circle. Do you think he can still contribute to the English side?
I think he can, because he did something which many people, well, specifically me, I'm talking about many people, I didn't see it happening. I thought he was just an overaged player, just making up the squad numbers, but he ended up contributing a lot more than expected at Inter. Now, obviously, the headlines will be taken by the likes of Lukaku, Hakimi, Barella, Lautaro Martinez. You can name a lot of players, and he wouldn't come up, right? But he had a good season with Inter. Now, obviously, he's 35, 36, going back to Aston Villa, really showing that there are still somewhat of a grassroots love that he has. Now, he snubbed Burnley to join them, which really shows that he wanted to play for them. But my question is, does he still make an impact?
I don't think so. Honestly, I like Ashley Young. Even everybody at Manchester United was hating him. I thought he always gave his all. He was played out of position at right back spot, at the left back spot, but he never said no. And he was one of the most favored players by Jose Mourinho at the end of his tenure at Manchester United. But when I look at Aston Villa, they are aiming for players like Emiliano Buendia. Obviously, they have Jack Grealish, they have Oli Watkins, Ezri Konsa, John McGinn. These are the players that make up a good top half side at the Premier League. But signing Ashley Young as a backup, not a bad idea, but he's not going to have any impact. Might come up with a goal or two from the penalty spot or a free kick, but that's pretty much it. You're not going to get a significant effort out of Ashley Young at this age, even with the intensity at the Premier League, brings that out of question as well. But let's talk about Fikayo Tomori, signed for AC Milan, and his successful loan, obviously, I think initiated this move. Finally back to Milan. Obviously, Maldini is a big fan. Do you see this as a signing that can propel AC Milan in the mix of the title contenders next season?
Absolutely. He is a very pacey defender, and that's something that we were lacking for quite some time. Now we've got Kier, who's been tremendous and really has a skillful and a heart when he plays, but he lacks pace. So does Romagnoli, right? Another starter for ours. But since Tomori came in, Romagnoli wasn't starting, and because the reason for that was that pace that Tomori possesses, he's able to really integrate into the team very well. So it was a kind of a no-nonsense sort of move that it made sense for him to join from Chelsea. Now, obviously, he was a player that came through their youth ranks, so it must be tough for them to see him leave like that. But I feel like it was on Lampard. Now he's no longer there. He gave Milan the option to take such a tremendous young talent off their hand. And when you give someone a chance like that, it's very rare that they will let that go. So it's tremendous to see him at Milan. He's a great talent, and I expect great things from him coming into the future. Do you see Chelsea regretting this move in the future?
I don't think so. Because as good as Tomori is, they have Malang Sarr on loan at Porto, who was signed from Nice last season and was immediately sent on loan at Porto. Had a good season with Porto. Remember, they kicked Juventus out of the Champions League. So that was a big achievement. Malang Sarr going back to Chelsea. Andreas Christensen starting at the end of the season and making an impact under Thomas Tuchel. And Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta, Reece James, Ben Chilwell. So they have a lot of players. And now Achraf Hakimi might be joining them. So Tomori letting go is not a big mistake. Tomori for Milan makes a lot of sense. Probably the best move in Serie A so far. And let's see what he can bring to the table. Do you see him starting with Romagnoli or Simon Kjaer?
He's going to start with Kier because there are rumors suggesting that Romagnoli is going to be leaving and Milan's going to be done with the clients of Mino Raiola. And thank God for that, because since the Donnarumma saga, I've had a bad taste in my mouth for any player who's been linked with Mino. So even though Mino might be great for his players, he's not good for the clubs. So good riddance. Absolutely. And I say that sell Romagnoli, and Tomori is a great replacement for him.